Happy April Fools, everybody. My name is Blackblade, and probably half of you already closed the video by now. But for you guys who have stayed, welcome back to vlog number 2 of our Siege Ballista build. Now, the build will primarily revolve around the Iron Commander bow, which is a unique bow, and this is going to be an interesting build simply because that we get to add as much Siege Ballista per dexterity that per 200 dexterity that we could get through our gear and through our passive skill tree. Now this build has been roaming around or rotating around the net for quite some time now, and I wanted to do my personal take on it. So as you can see over in the bow right there, we can have an additional Siege Ballista per 200 dexterity. So that actually has almost an endless amount of limit. There is a limit out of it. I think the highest that people has able to attain was at about 7 Siege Ballistas or 8. That is really insane. And those guys probably have really good gear which has a lot of dexterity allocated somewhere all throughout their gear. So yeah, but with me at 700, I can summon up to only 4 with this build, but then with additional levels and probably with good gear, I can probably attain, or this build can probably attain probably up to 5 or up to 6, depending again on what sort of gear that you have, which has dexterity on it. Alright then, so let's get into the skill tree real quick. Now we did choose the Dead Eye for this build, getting Far Shot and then the Endless Munition over here, and then finally getting the Sharp and Venomous. Now the reason that I wanted to get the Endless Munitions was that we get an additional projectile. So with the lesser multiple projectiles, our Siege Ballista is firing 3 projectiles, but with the Endless Munitions, we can then fire an additional, or the Siege Ballistas can then fire an additional projectile, which is 4 times 4, so that's 16 projectiles all in all. And then of course we have the Far Shot right here. This works well with the point blank, because with the point blank, the projectiles deal 50% more damage to monsters which are closer to the Siege Ballistas. But with the Far Shot, we also get that 30% more damage to targets which are a little bit far away from our Siege Ballistas. And then finally we have the Sharp and Venomous over here, which is also great because we get that bleeding, we get that poison, we get that critical strike multiplier against bleeding enemies, and we get that 40% increased critical strike chance against poison enemies. Alright, so let's go into the skill tree real quick. We've got an evasion and life notes over here, ending with finesse, and then we went up over here to take the Heart of the Oak, the ballistic mastery, the aspect of the eagle, and then we went down over here to take the aspect of the lynx for the 10 additional dexterity, some critical strike chance, movement speed, and increased physical damage with attacks. We did take the survivalist here for the +1 to our maximum cold resistances and overall additional elemental resistances. And then we went here to take the acrobatics, since this is going to be an evasion type sort of build. And then we went down over here to take some critical strike chance nodes, ending with Heart Seeker. And then we went over here to take some bow damage and attack speed, ending with Deadly Draw. And then we went down over here to take some accuracy and attack speed, ending with Acuity for the +20 dexterity. We're trying to shoot for as much dexterity as we can with this build. And then we've gotten some life notes over here, ending with Herbalism. And then we went down over here to take some bow, critical strike, and multiplier nodes, ending with Lethality. And then we went over to the left side over here, and then down to take some accuracy and then elemental resistances, ending with Weathered Hunter. Again, we are trying to get as much dexterity as we can with just a single node. So yeah, we get a +20 dexterity over there. Plus we get some elemental resistances, which is good for capping out our resistances. And then we went down over here to take the King of the Hill, of course. And then we went over here again to take the Point Blank. And then we went over to the left side over here to take the Art of the Gladiator, some life nodes over here, ending with Bravery. And then we went up over here to take some jeweled socket nodes, increased physical damage, maximum life, and then I was trying to max out my fire and the lightning resistances. So yeah, that will help a lot. The jeweled socket again is a really good spot for you guys to min max your life or your resistances. And then we went up over here to take the Sentinel, and then some totem duration, placement, speed, and then the totemic zeal over here. And then we went up here to take some life nodes, and then we went over here to take another jeweled socket. This time I chose to use the fluid motion unique Viridian jewel. This is awesome because it turns the strength passives into dexterity, and with this one I think we're getting 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, yeah, I think we're getting 50 and 60. Yeah, we're getting 60 plus the additional 20 to our dexterity over here, so that's an additional 80 to our overall dexterity. So that's going to be a really good spot to to put the fluid motion on or in. Finally getting the totem damage, attack and damage speed over here, and then finally ending with totemic mastery. And then for the last part, this is when you're leveling, this upper part will be the last part that you guys, I suggest that you guys take. We went up over here to take some life nodes, ending with Blood Drinker, and then again some accuracy and critical strike chance, ending with depth of perception with a, so that we could get that additional 20 to our dexterity and 20% critical strike chance. And then we've gotten Fangs of the Viper here for the increased physical damage, movement speed, and again plus 20 to our dexterity. And then we went up over here to take the coordination, some life nodes over here, trickery, and then finally the assassination. Now our level is at 82, and the damage of our Siege Ballista is at 12k. With that said, 12k is already a good damage in my opinion. You can further increase it, but for me that's already good. Our life is not really good. As you can see, it's at only 3.7k, and I've experienced being one shot about 3 or 4 times now because of my stupidity. So yeah, the next step will be to get as much life nodes over here. I'm going to complete all of the life nodes over here, and also take the Path of the Warrior. And then finally, I'm going to go up over here and then take some more life nodes. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to reach the 800 mark when it comes to my dexterity. That will depend, of course, on what sort of gear I may be able to pick up in the future. But yeah, I don't think that I'm going to be able to reach it. But one way for you guys to reach probably 800 or even 1,000 is for you guys to probably use the Black Sun Crest Helm. Now what this does is it actually increases all of your stats by a certain percentage, but I suggest that you get the dexterity, or you get a Black Sun Crest Helm which has a 10% increased dexterity and above. 7% is really low, or anything below that. So yeah, you might want to bump that to about 10%. And I guess that's about it. So let's go into the gear. Again, the primary bread and butter of this build will be the Iron Commander. It will be very essential for you guys to have this one. For our gloves, you can use the Maligar's Virtuosity, of course, since this is going to be a crit based build. For your belt, any belt will do, but I suggest that you get a leather belt so that you guys could bump up your life. This is a good place for you guys, or the leather belt is actually a good belt for you guys to have, specifically if you're struggling with life and then your resistances. For our boots, any boots would actually do, but the only reason that I used the Lion's Eyes Paw is because that it has a plus 58 to dexterity, to my dexterity. It's actually one of the highest additional dexterity boots that I have, so that's the only reason why I've used this one, but it's not really necessary. For rings, any ring will do, just as long as it has dexterity again in them. For my other ring, any ring again will do, just as long as it has dexterity. For our chest piece, the Carcass Jack is not really important. You could use any 6-link or 5-link armor that you guys have, just as long as it has an additional dexterity into it. For our amulet, I guess this is the only amulet that you guys could get, or that is really viable for this build. The Astramentis, simply because of the huge addition to all of the attributes. As you can see, you have a 13 over there, and then we have a plus 83 again to all of our attributes, and we get that sweet minus 4 physical damage taken from attacks. For a quiver, any quiver will do, just long as I've seen quivers, I've seen people use the drill neck. But the only reason that I use this one is again for the life. You know, I really needed some more life. And then the global critical strike multiplier and critical strike chance is also a good addition. Now for your helm, the Abyssus really helps, you know, when it comes to boosting the overall DPS of the Siege Ballista. This is, you know, it's not really necessary. Like I said before, you can use the Dark Sun Crest helm, but for me, you know, I use this one because of the huge damage boost that it gives the Siege Ballista. Although we get that 46% increased physical damage taken, which is absolutely dangerous. You know, you could really get one shot with a good clean physical damage hit from even a white trash mob. So you have to be extra careful when you're using the Abyssus helm. Now let's go to the gems. What's connected to our Siege Ballista will be physical projectile attack damage attached to lesser multiple projectiles, increased critical strikes, and increased critical damage. Finally, the faster attacks. And for our defensive skill gems, we're going to be using CWDT attached to Immortal Call, Molten Shell, and increased duration. And then we have Enhance, Assassin's Mark for our curse, which is attached to Split Arrow and Curse on Hit. For auras, we are going to be using the Herald of Ice and Hatred. You can swap the Herald of Ice for Arctic Armor instead if you guys are having trouble with getting one-shotted, or you're getting you know, too much damage. You can swap the Arctic Armor, you know, instead, to mitigate some fire damage and some physical damage. Finally, we have Ice Golem there and Blink Arrow for our movement skill gem. Finally, we have Enduring Cry over here attached to increased area of effect, Empower, and then we have some Portal. This is actually your utility skill gem set, so you guys may want to choose whatever you feel that your build needs. Alright, so for the damage, our damage is at 12.1k, which is actually pretty awesome, with a critical strike chance of 65.83% and a critical strike multiplier of 489%. Defensively, we're not doing pretty good with our armor, but our evasion rating is at 4.7k. We have an estimated chance to dodge attacks at 32%, plus we get that additional chance to dodge attacks at 30%. All of our resistances are capped, and our movement speed is at 45%, which is actually pretty good because you're gonna find yourself moving a lot, you know, while casting the siege tank. So you need to be agile enough to, you know, evade attacks and spells coming from monsters. Now when it comes to maps, the maps that we are going to be doing is a map tier 11 map, which is the Springs map, with a magic 29% more magic monsters over there, you know, just so you guys could have a feel on how the build works. Alright then, let's go! Oh god, the campaign election thing is already here. Anyway, I'll just try to, you know, speak louder. Alright then, here we go doing the map. Oh yeah, and by the way, I already got the filter that you guys have always wanted me to try. Oops, hold on. I really hate this, guys. The what do you call this? The Herald of Things. What was it? Alright, there you go. They're all dead. I already got the loot filter, and it's actually pretty helpful. And yeah, I'm surprised that I haven't really looked into it as much. You see that, guys? That's really dangerous. Specifically if they're chasing you all over the map. So yeah, you have to be careful and don't be cocky. You can go with the what was it, the iron reflexes, I guess, if you want more armor. Hi Zana. Yeah, I think I'm going that route instead, if I could, you know, further improve or level into the build, because I really trust armor more. So yeah, as you can see, the build is working actually phenomenally great. And if you can, you know, further increase your dexterity, it's going to be much better. Because 5 Siege Ballistas is obviously better than... Oh my god, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's an Arsenal map. Whee! Yes, level 12 map. Oh yeah, I forgot to lower the volume, sorry. Alright, so here's the boss right here, and I think we still have time. So yeah, I'm not gonna kill her right away. I am having a little bit of trouble when it comes to getting some power charges up, but it's not really, you know, it's not really an issue in my opinion. So yeah, whether or not I get the power charges, I mean the siege ballistas are already doing, oh my god, are already doing a shit ton of damage. So so yeah, whether or not I get that sweet sweet power charge is irrelevant in my opinion, but it's good to be there, you know. As you can see, alright, we have one power charge active right now. Go! God! Oh shit! What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I need to stay the fuck away from that. Who's doing that? Alright. Alright, he's dead. Alright, so what do we have? Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm getting too cocky. Yeah, the only reasons that I die in here is, number one, I get really cocky. So yeah, just as long as you know, cast the siege ballistas first before moving forward, yeah, you'll be absolutely fine. Alright, I got nothing there but shit. Okay, so we have some more Heralds of the Obelisk, which I absolutely hate. I really hate this, guys. Alright, so what was that? Sorcerer Boots. Yeah, I don't really get it. But, oh my god, I got a unique! Yeah! And I think I got that like a million times now. I don't know what that is. Yup, yeah, I already have that. Like, 2 of that. Ooh, another siege ballista, but it's not superior. Anyway, so let's get into some more gameplay. And I do apologize, guys. I know I haven't uploaded anything of late. Yeah, it's because of work, you know. I've got a huge amount of work, and yeah, so little time, you know. As for what's going to happen next, or what I'm going to update next, I'm not exactly sure yet, but you know, whatever gives or whatever goes. Alright, I'm gonna get back to all of those items later. So let's just start cleaning the map, or just clearing the whole map right now. So as you can see, the clear speed is actually pretty fast, and I'm really liking it. Okay, there we go. One more area and we're going to kill the boss. Okay, so we don't wanna be ahead of the pack. Normally what I do is I just cast the siege ballista first on an area which I know is unexplored or not yet explored, so that I don't get hit, because we can potentially get one shot, especially from ranged monsters such as these. It's very dangerous. Okay, but it's still pretty awesome. Alright, then a couple of more monsters over here, which will die soon. Oh god, alright, 1 power charge. Jesus. Oh god. Sorry, that was an elite monster, so yeah, gotta be careful with the abysses. You know, I'm going to probably use the abysses more right now. Alright, I guess. Alright, 1 more set of monsters over here, and then we're gonna kill the boss. Get out of there. Alright, then, final set of monsters. It's only a 4 or 3, yeah, 4 area map. So let's go ahead and kill the boss. Alright, here we go. Oops, what the hell? Where did that shot come from? Alright, there we go. So we just want to walk the siege ballista one by one, making sure that everything is shooting as they go. Alright, there we go. So you just let them basically kill everyone on the screen, and just don't go near the boss. Alright, the boss is almost dead. And the boss is dead. Woohoo! Very, very easy. Alright, and then so I guess that's about it for this episode, guys. Again, let me know what you guys think about the build in the comment section down below. And thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'm gonna see you guys on the next part of my video. Have a good one. On a while ago. God, I really hate those monsters, the one that slows you. I feel like it's a really huge waste of time. Of course, when we increase our